Hi, I'm Keira Newton from Santa Fe, New Mexico, Master RKC. I'm going to continue with this idea of how to get through that snatch test, 100 snatches in 5 minutes with proper form. These videos are really for anybody who's snatching if you're interested in getting better and working on your technique. Speaking of technique, this is exactly what I'm working on right now. It is imperative that you understand how to snatch before you start banging out 100 snatches with a heavy weight in 5 minutes. The biggest thing we see in RKC is the form starts to break, people get injured, and they don't have the endurance to continue because their technique and their form has broken down so severely that they have just lost their way. We don't want that to happen to you, so make sure you're prepared for your RKC before you get there. I'm going to go through just a few things that I see that are common in snatching, which is dangerous and not very efficient. I'll turn to the side so you can see. Starting with the beginning of your snatch, one of the first things that I would look at with you is how you're taking your kettlebell behind your back if your lats are packed and if you have a long spine. So here, sitting back into the hips, packing that lat down, long spine, hiking the kettlebell behind you without pushing the back up, bending the arm, or cranking the neck back. Okay, so you want to make sure that as you're taking your kettlebell behind your body, with the beginning of the movement, that it's proper before you even get that thing over your head. Okay. Second thing I see is when people take their kettlebell behind them, they might do this right, but they take the kettlebell out and they lock out their elbow as though they are one hand swinging. This creates a really big arc. Throws the kettlebell that way, keeps throwing the kettlebell that way. And here we go for a big bang and a big bruise when it comes around. So what I would suggest is as you take your kettlebell back, you start to pull the kettlebell, which means my arm is bent. I'm not taking it in like a clean. It's a slight pull here so I can get that kettlebell closer to my body, bump it quickly off the ribs, and jump underneath it with, as we always have, pulling the kneecaps up, squeezing the glutes, embracing the abs. Shoulder is packed. Let's go through that so you can see. We've already worked on where to get that kettlebell, making sure it's in the proper place. When we come out of a snatch, a lot of people will take their kettlebell and they'll do two things. They'll throw it forward, lock at their elbow, just as we talked about coming up, which is going to pull you or pull your joints open. We don't want that. Or people will come and just let the kettlebell free fall and then scramble to catch the kettlebell at the bottom. We don't want to have that happen either. So when you get to the top, we're going to try to move the kettlebell from this part of my hand up to this part, to your calluses. It's a little flick. I'll try to do it here in slow motion because it's hard to do with the kettlebell in slow motion. So if I'm here, I'm going to flick it and I move that kettlebell up toward the calluses. From here, I can pull it in slightly. I'm going to keep pulling it in toward my belly button. I'm still locked out here. At the very last minute, shoot it behind my body. I'm already loaded for the next snatch. And here we go. Proper alignment. Flick. Drop. Flick. Pull it down. So I'm flicking and kind of snatching it out of the air. And there you go. Good luck.